Okay. Okay. Since I'm slowly turning mute, this is what here's a language learning thing that, here's a language learning prophetic word that God told me to give to you. All right. Everybody has a voice, mute or not. Okay? Everybody has a voice. All right? Whether they're using it or not. All right? So, without your voice, like when you're learning a language, without your voice, you will never be fluent in any of these languages, no matter how long you've been studying them. So, how do I say this? If you don't at least have your English, or if you don't at least have any of these other languages, how are you gonna learn if you don't have any, if you don't have one language, how are you going to learn another? Like, if you don't have a voice, how are you going to learn a language? Because it's going to require your voice in order to speak it. Like when I spoke Portuguese, when I learned Portuguese without using my voice, it was because I not learned. It was because I was using my English. It was because I was hold on. It was because I still had my I still have my English, but it's like it was because it was because I wasn't at risk at, how do I say this? It was because I have my voice. I'm using my English every day. I was using my English every day. I'm reading in all these languages. Not only that, like, I was not only like I was not only lip syncing to Portuguese songs and watching and watching Portuguese TV shows and watching Portuguese TV shows or watching like American TV shows in Portuguese. I was also reading in that language and reading in English to keep up my English. So that's how I was able to learn Portuguese, but at the same time was able to get away with not using my voice when learning Portuguese more than I was actually using my voice, if that makes sense. So, yeah, that's a little correction from learning a new language. So, yeah. So, yeah. Like, if you want to read a new language, like, you can read phrases and Google Translate, or just look up 100 phrases, 1,000 phrases, 200 phrases in your target language on the internet, on YouTube, and then boom, you eventually become fluent and then learn it little by little. God bless. So, another thing, so I was I was watching videos. I was watching videos and lip syncing to to music in my target language. I was doing my part. I was doing my ALG, right? But what I was doing wrong, what I did, what I was doing wrong, what I wasn't reading out loud. I wasn't reading phrases, short phrases out loud, not only in my target language, but also in my native tongue, which is why God had to constantly tell me, like, hey, you starting to become nonchalant. You're getting too comfortable being quiet. You're getting too comfortable with being like, eventually you will get the mute spirit. You'll eventually become mute. So you got to keep up. Like, I'm so comfortable with being quiet that right now I am getting very exhausted from talking right now. I am really exhausted from talking. That's how bad it is. So yeah, God bless.